Athena Firewall, DNS and Adblocker is a free and open source application for Android devices that you can download using Google Play or F-Droid, and links for both options will be in the video description. The application works with or without root access, although of course if the phone is rooted, you will have more settings options. After downloading and installing, when the application starts, you will first get a notification to click on the shield-shaped icon, which essentially serves to turn the application on and off. After that, you will get the option to choose the method that will be applied for filtering internet traffic. In my case, the only currently available option is use VPN, so I will click on this button. After which, of course, it will be necessary to grant permission to establish a VPN connection by clicking the OK button. Then, you have the option to allow the application to send you notifications. Of course, choose the option that suits you best, but since this is a firewall application, it is recommended that you grant permission so you will be notified about established and blocked connections. Then you get the option to allow the application to run in the background. Of course, again, it is recommended to select the Allow option to enable this. After these initial settings, in the application's main menu, you will get a list of all applications you have installed on your phone. Next to each application, you will have icons that symbolically represent mobile data and Wi-Fi. By default, both options are enabled for all applications, but if you want to prevent any application from connecting to the internet using mobile data or Wi-Fi connection, all you need to do is click on the icon that symbolically represents that connection. If you want to completely disable internet access for a particular application, you can do this by clicking on both icons, thus disabling both options for connecting to the internet. Reactivation is done in the same way by clicking on the corresponding icon. When you click on the settings icon, you will get the option to make additional settings for the application itself. First option, Colors and Styles, gives you the option to choose a theme, adjust colors according to your taste, and similar cosmetic settings for the application itself. Second option is Behavior. When you click on it, you will first see options that are only available on rooted devices. Below this segment, you have the option to determine whether the application will start together with the phone or not. There is also the option to activate the display of system applications in the list you get in the main menu. If we activate this option and now return to the main menu, as you can see, we have a display not only of the applications that we as users have installed, but also a display of all system applications that come with the phone's operating system itself. Now, we also have the option to completely disable internet access for each of these applications, or to limit access by disabling the Wi-Fi option or mobile data. We can also activate the option to display in the main menu applications that are not permitted to use the internet. And finally, in this segment, we have the option to activate Block Wi-Fi by default and Block Cellular by default. If you activate these two options, by default, internet access will be blocked for all applications, after which you will have to manually determine which applications you want to allow internet access. If your mobile carrier has a certain internet consumption limit in the package you are using, for example, if you have 200 GB of free internet traffic, you can activate only the Block Cellular by default option, which will prevent applications from connecting to the internet using mobile data, and in this way prevent potentially unwanted costs. The third option in the settings menu is Network. When you click on it, you will get the option to make settings related to the network itself. At the bottom of this list is Kill Switch. When you activate this option, all internet traffic on your phone will be redirected through the VPN within Athena application. If the VPN connection is interrupted for any reason, all internet on your phone will be blocked. The basic idea of this option is to ensure user security, which is why all internet is shut down until the VPN is re-established. The fourth option in the settings menu is filtering. When you click on it, you will first get the option to choose the DNS server that will be used. By default, Google is selected, but as you can see, you have a fairly long list of available options, so choose the one that suits you best. The two probably most popular options are Cloudflare and Quad9. But besides these options, there is Komodo, Yandex, and similar options. Then we have the option to activate protection from malware, in other words, to enable blocking of malicious domains. We can also activate protection from ads, activate additional protection, aggressive ad blocking, as well as blocking domains that track user behavior. Also, you have the option to block social networks, websites or content intended for adults, as well as domains associated with gambling. The recommendation is to activate first four options: malware protection, ad protection, ad extreme, and block trackers, while the last three options, depending on the age of the mobile device user, you can activate or not. The fifth option in the settings segment is privacy and security. When you click on it, you will first get the option to disable the display of this application on the list of the recently used apps. And then you have the app lock option, that is to lock the application by setting a passcode or pattern. This option is useful because it prevents unauthorized persons to change settings within the application itself. For example, if you install this application on your minor child's phone and in the filter segment activate options that block access to social networks, content intended for adults, or domains used for online gambling, by activating app lock, that is, by setting a password, you will prevent changes to these settings without your permission. Also, in this segment you have the option to block port 80, that is, to block all unencrypted HTTP traffic. From a security standpoint, activating this option is recommended, but its activation may lead to blocking some legitimate sites that simply don't support the encrypted protocol. Spoofing protection and DNS rebinding protection are two options that at the time of recording this video are still in development. And finally, we have the option to save the settings we have made within the application in the file format. If, for example, you want to apply the same settings on another phone, click on the Export Backup option, after which you will get the option to choose which exact settings you want to save. Check all desired options and click the Confirm button. If you have previously activated application locking using pattern or passcode, you will need to enter it. You repeat the same procedure in a reverse when applying saved settings. That is, click on the Import Backup button, select the previously saved file, check the settings you want to apply, and click the Confirm button. You can leave any questions, suggestions, or ideas for future video content in the comments. Thanks to everyone who took the time to watch this video. I hope you find it useful or at least informative.